Hey, Grappling Dads back again. I'm Paul with my good buddy Kipper Doodles, brand new blue belt.
Hey.
We're going to do something a little different.
Yeah, we're going to start it up because we want to get our sponsors a little bit more, attention.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with that like a real podcast.
Because if you're like us, we stop listening after the show.
I'm like, oh, they're almost done. And done. Delete. And I'm out.
Yeah, so if you're new to the show, newer, you might not know that we have sponsors.
We do.
And they are awesome.
They are. We're going to start off with Top Mount Apparel.
Yes.
Why? Because their flag's right there.
Yeah, because we just looked at their flag.
Yeah, and that's how we do things is shiny objects.
Yeah.
So we remember. And but yeah, great stuff. Great shirts, tacos, Jiu-Jitsu, something like that.
Yeah, all they want
is tacos
and Jiu-Jitsu.
It's quite a great shirt.
Yeah, I love it.
But right now, Paul has his All Day I Dream About submissions. Adidas shirt from them.
Very accurate shirt.
It is.
Go on topmountapparel.com.
Or find them on Instagram. They do a great post on there.
Yeah. Hey, they even posted about us today.
No, they didn't. Did they post about us?
Yeah.
About me?
Yeah.
No, I know Al did.
Yeah.
That was on his personal.
Was it?
Yeah, that was on his personal.
I misread.
Yeah, he did it about when we interviewed him on episode 44.
44,
He had to look that shit up. You know he did.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
No, I didn't know either. I was like, hey, it's 44. I'm going to trust you on that, Al. Going to trust you.
Yeah. But no, check out their website and at checkout, GD10 for a discount code.
Yeah, 10% off.
10% off.
So that's great stuff. Al, if you get to listen to that interview, you get to figure out that he's just an amazing human being.
If you want to know what kind of person you're buying product from, listen to episode 44, and you'll know.
You'll just buy shit
you'll be
purely
I'm buying all their stuff.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't even fit me. Buying it anyways.
I want all smalls that come up to my belly button.
And but no, they got some great shirts. They got some great rash guards. Paul and I both wear rash guards all the time.
They got the coolest logo in the industry.
Yeah, their logo is quite great. Looking forward to. He said he was going to give me a blue belt hat, but for some reason he only asked about my rash guard size. So
I want you to just take a magic marker and marker in your white belt hat.
It didn't look good. I tried. Looks like shit.
Well, at least you tried.
I know. It's
nice.
A for effort.
Yeah.
But definitely check them out. They also got some great people that they support in Go Paul.
Proud BJJ white belt.
Yes, sir.
On Instagram. So being a white belt in this sport, really, really hard to do.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah, there's an enormous amount of fallout, if you will, from the jiu-jitsu community white belt situation.
Yeah, it's just people.
That made sense, right?
Oh, yeah. No, not at all. But we're going to run with it because it's our sponsor. But no, they're not our sponsor. They're part of our sponsor. Whatever.
We love them.
Yeah, they do a great thing of promoting all the promotions that actually come with being a white belt. It's hard to get through those first 2 years. The first year especially sucks donkey balls, but these guys are out there trying to promote just positivity in the whole sport, and especially for white belts. That's obviously in their name, but that's what they focus on. Check it out on Instagram. They have tons of posts, tons of following, growing all the freaking time. And They have fucking contests. So check it out. You can win some shit occasionally.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Yep. And then what's our other sponsor? He may be dead.
He may be.
The owner may be dead, but still selling product.
It's funny because I occasionally think maybe I'll text him, but then I don't.
I thought the same shit.
So maybe it's like, no, you go first. No, you go first.
It's never stopped him before, though.
That's funny. But yeah, tap tape. Don't wait too long like I did and start getting wizard fingers, like the big knuckly stupid things that show up at full of pus.
I'm still doing okay, but the taping, it's got to happen.
Yeah.
So you got to avoid that. It's not a good look.
No, it's not a good feel either.
It's a cauliflower ear of fingers.
It hurts.
It's not good.
Yeah, save your grip. It's called Death Grip. It makes your grip 1,000 times
I love
stronger.
Death Grip, dude.
Scientifically
Holy
proven.
shit.
Double-blind placebo studies, whatnot.
Yes, and I'm sure many of our listeners, because there's a lot of you, probably sick of hearing about it. You're going to keep hearing about it because we love their tape.
Yeah.
Really do. Great product, great guy, another great person that you want to deal with.
You can get that on Amazon, and when you do get it, give them a review. That shit helps.
Do it.
Do it.
Now. No, not now. Listen to this first.
Right.
Then go buy it.
Unless
you're a good multitasker.
While you're listening.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you're doing that, shout out on our socials. Follow us.
Check us out on Instagram.
Give us a good old-fashioned review.
Twitter.
We love them. We read them.
We do. We have great. Paulie's got a great meme game. I, on the other hand, am just the source of memes.
Yes, I like to meme my buddy.
Yeah,
my pal.
It's great for me. Not really, but you know where a lot of those memes come from? Black Lion Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because they were there all the fucking time. Not this week, but normally.
Yeah, so a thing happened. You know, a lot of people want to do a podcast, right? And it's fun.
Oh, everybody wants to do a podcast.
I want to say everybody, but a lot of people. We get a lot of feedback of, hey, I want to do this, I want to start one, and it's great. I encourage you,
awesome.
and it's I highly recommend it. However, occasionally, as is such the case, why we didn't go to Jiu-Jitsu today is because yesterday we did this entire show that you're listening to right now, that we have to do over again because
and make it interesting.
Yeah,
because computers suck.
Yeah. Yeah,
this computer is a fucking year and a half old. I bought it for this podcast. It froze and erased everything but Paul. Yep. So if you guys wanted to hear a one-sided conversation with Paul, could have delivered that tomorrow. Today. But no, instead, we're dedicated.
Yeah.
And we're doing the fucking show again.
So we love Jiu-Jitsu so much, we decided to do a Jiu-Jitsu podcast that's currently keeping us from doing Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is broken.
It's a thing. It's a real issue.
Yep. So Chad Pomeroy's over there being the coach.
Yep.
He's awesome. It's an affiliate of Coiler Gracie. You may have heard of him on the show prior. If you haven't listened, you will.
Now, this is part 2 of Kids in Jiu-Jitsu.
It is, and you have that to look forward to.
Yep.
And basically just leading into our last sponsor, which he's not really a sponsor. He's just a family. It's Coiler Gracie.
He's like a mascot, really.
Mascot. A fucking humongous, deadly gorilla mascot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like a teddy bear gorilla mascot.
He's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit, how big of a son of a bitch he is.
Mm-hmm.
Here in a moment. But, check him out, CoilerGracieJiu-Jitsu.com. Check him out in Elkhart, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Do a fucking seminar, people. I know we have coaches and professors listening to this because you've written or I've seen you on our followers. Yeah, bring it. He's awesome. Yeah. You won't regret it. If you're in the area, get a private from him. Hell, if you're in a Grand Rapids area, Chad does a great private lesson.
For shizzle.
So there you go. There's the sponsors. Everyone check them out, please. We appreciate their support and your support, so support each other, you sons of bitches.
Do it. Oh, you know what I think he should do? He should change his website.
Who, Croiler?
Yes, to Darth Croiler. I think that should be.
He's a dark son of a bitch.
Yeah. He's hatred flows through him. Hence the wrist locks.
You evil wrist locker.
Speaking of which, we discussed this previously. But I tried to wrist lock Croiler before the start of Kip's test.
We talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on the show.
Right. Well, we did, and then it got deleted.
Okay, stop bringing it up. No one gives a shit.
They might.
They don't.
So I go for this super sloppy wrist lock.
It was fucking terrible.
On a wrist lock master, an aficionado, if you will. And I hear this voice go, "Did you seriously just try to wrist lock Croiler?" Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. It was comical. I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to do right now?
The sound of confusion in your voice hurt my feelings.
The look on Croiler's face, because he looked up and answered for you. He's like, yes. Yeah. I'm like, that's fucked
and it was adorable. It was the cutest little thing.
Oh God. Oh, it was so great.
Yeah.
It was so great. But what the fuck were you thinking? All right, so I'm going to break it down, everyone.
Do it. Let's hear it.
So before we're getting into the second part of the kids is my death march. Yeah. That's also known as a blue belt test. And basically the first 35, 45 minutes, or if you're really bad at telling time, 50 some odd minutes that I did, it's of pure cardio, just nonstop. I don't get a break. I have to keep going. If we do a partner drill where it's supposed to alternate, guess who's not alternating?
Yeah.
It's me and Eric.
The testes.
And so it's death. And everyone knows it's coming. Because if Croiler's there especially, there's no real extra water breaks. If you're there to do it with the testee.
Mm-hmm.
So especially with Croiler. And so what does Paul do? Well, Paul agrees to be Croiler's test dummy. He's like, oh, I got to warm up. I think he just wanted to abuse you because he didn't end up rolling till the end with me.
I didn't realize what he did until I started the test, and I went, oh, I realized what happened here.
Yeah.
I got there a half hour earlier or so, and about 15 minutes before the start of the class, Croiler's like, hey, I want to get a good warm-up, so he rolls with me. And I'm too dumb to say no, and I'm also too dumb to stop after any of the multiple times I had to tap out.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So at any moment I could have been like, "Oh, that's good," I just, maybe,
all right, 37 taps, and I'm done.
Yeah, like maybe on tap 15 I could have just gave it up, but no, I went to tap number 37, and eventually I just started throwing shit at the wall. It's not even jiu-jitsu.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
And I'm like, yeah, this is off the book shit. Like, you don't even know what's coming. I'm just throwing shit at the wall, hoping something sticks in vain. But so we line up, and I don't have my breath. Like, I'm done.
No. Yeah.
I'm completely exhausted. Completely. And then we start running just to get kind of loose up, warm up.
And Chad said, he looked at you and he goes, he was fucking gassed when he started running. Because I don't think he realized he was busy talking to everybody.
No,
I don't think he even realized you guys had rolled that much.
Oh, Jesus.
So he was like, I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with him. I was like, yeah, he was worn out before we even started. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, pretty much the entire class, breathing through their nose, just kind of giggling, having a good time talking before we start getting into the good stuff. And here's me. I couldn't get it together, no matter how hard I tried.
So normally Paul's the little cheerleader at our test. We've done a number of these tests, and Paulie's always the one, give it God, you can do it. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Paul.
Like, come on, kid. Yeah, do it.
And he says nothing till like the very last 5 minutes of the cardio. He's like, Kip, you're doing good.
Swell job, buddy.
I'm dead. So, needless to say, Paul was an idiot and got completely ruined by Curler beforehand. And
it's funny because after your test and you got your blue belt, we all went out. Well, much of us went out to eat.
Yes.
And Dan said something about, you know what, I thought you were kind of getting a little bit of preferential treatment. I was a little jealous because I'd like to roll with Croyler. And then I seen what that caused, and then thought, I'm not mad anymore.
I think I'm pretty good at where I'm at. Like the level.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
So, but the test went well.
It did.
Cardio. I have to thank Morgan, the beast, for getting me through. She literally was stapled to me, annoying the living shit out of me, which kept me moving because I didn't want her to annoy me anymore. And that was unbelievable.
She was a great cheerleader that
unbelievable. Day. And she kept me going. She did my counts for me because God knows I wouldn't have counted. Would have been like 1, 47, 50, and 100.
Done.
And I'm done. But I was dead. Thanks a lot for posting that meme. That made it look like I was vomiting.
Oh, if you don't follow us on Instagram, I got a couple of cool memes with Kip. It's fun. Check those out. So
this asshole named Tim that was at the test and also a listener. Paulie posts this picture. My back was hurting, and Morgan's just hitting my back, just rub my back real quick, just get some blood to it. You'll be fine. Being awesome as usual. Split second picture. This motherfucker posts it and goes, "Can someone put puke here?" And this fucker, within 3 seconds,
Dude,
Tim's like,
quick.
"Bow."
Done.
Photoshop me vomiting. I'm like, "You fucking bitch."
I've never been so happy.
I was like, "What an asshole!"
Like, oh, I'm using it.
He's a fucking white belt. I'm gonna jack his ass up.
God, it's fun.
So, but yeah, I must say it was well played. Still gonna fuck him up though.
Oh, it's deserved, but worth it.
Yeah. So, and then basically the end of the test is. I knew it was coming, so here's the gambit. I have Justin. If you haven't listened to the show, Justin is 6'5",
yeah, he's like 7'10", 295, yeah.
And just an Adonis among men.
Yeah, he's got muscles in places we don't even have places.
No, he has a muscle that looks like a person. It's fucking weird. Yeah. And he's just he's. What is he? A 4-stripe blue belt, a purple belt. I mean, he should be a brown belt, just in my opinion. But he beats the living shit out of me, and then he goes, "Croyler's next." So, wait, real quick. So, I don't know. When you're really tired, you get in the stupid fucking positions. So, essentially, I don't know how, but I ended up under Justin's ass, and he sat square on my fucking head.
Nice.
I'm like, and I tried.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I tried to act cool. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Oh, fuck, that hurt. And he kind of stopped, it's that on your head. Yeah, it fucking hurt. But my head's going, whoop, whoop. But anyways, he goes, "Croyler's next." I'm like, no, not Croyler. It was Chad's next. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. Yep. Chad's our coach. Chad's probably 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, also 7'10".
Yeah, just fucking monster. If you look at also another one on Instagram or in our Facebook was me with those two.
Oh.
And I'm like this tiny little fucking human in the middle.
Yeah, you look like their doll.
Yeah,
like
it's fun.
With.
Or their little brother. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
Did they produce me? This is weird. I'm small.
Yeah, if you know who like Gordon and Nikki Ryan are, that's kind of the difference, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
The little tiny brother.
Yes, tiny little brother. And so he's just murdering me. He clocks me, and I'm sure it was my fault for my horrible defense. But my frame was way too low, and he hit me square in the nose, which Paul can still see now.
Oh, yeah,
it looks good.
It's an improvement.
Yeah, it is. It's better now.
Yeah.
A little.
You should thank him, really.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I look better with gi burn and smash face. It was great.
You do.
And but he tapped me like 38 times. And then next thing I know is what looked like a humongous bat coming at me because Croyler jumps on me and tries to hotbox me immediately with his gi.
The hot box is my personal favorite move.
Oh, God, it's
because you're like, I shouldn't tap to this because
it
feels wrong, but I don't want to die either. So decisions. It puts you in that position.
He did it twice.
Oh, yeah.
And it was terrible. And I wanted to live up to telling, because Paul can attest to this, I was talking shit that I would be able to talk shit throughout the roll with Croyler by the end.
I should have done that. You did.
It was super fun though. It hurt a lot.
Was the most fun part the hot box, or when he had every bit of his body on top of you, nothing touching the ground?
Oh yeah, the 2 knees, 2 hands method.
Yeah.
And then
bouncing on you like a child on a trampoline.
Yeah,
it was
that
wonderful
part
to watch.
Sucked. My ribs still hurt.
I couldn't tell it sucked. A little bit.
You couldn't tell it sucked?
What gave away that it sucked a little bit was when you went... You sounded like a baby dinosaur being birthed. It was awesome.
Yeah, my taps went from taps or verbal to just sounds of... Chad put me in a body triangle.
Ooh.
That was, the worst place possible is if you can get that right underneath somebody's rib cage.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to do. Well,
hard to breathe when you
fucking
there.
Oh, and when you're gasping for everything, anyways. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that fucking sucked. I literally went, and he's let go. He's like, "Well, he's gonna vomit if I keep doing." Yes, I am.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And but after, Croyler had some asshole doing the timing.
Who was? I don't know who that was.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a double time for the last one with Croyler. At least for me, so it's like 3 minutes. So I hear 1.5 minutes. I'm like, sweet, I'm halfway done. I know it was more than another 1.5 minutes, and then Paul goes, minute left.
Yeah, I actually showed Justin. I'm like, and time's over, but I don't think I'm going to say anything. He just shakes his head. I'm like, this is too much fun to watch.
Oh my God!
And then the perfect song comes on. These are the best days of your life. Comes on the radio. I'm like, this is appropriate.
Well, this is perfect.
This is appropriate. Like, you got to at least make it through the song. And lucky for you, Croyler decided he's had enough halfway through the song.
Well,
You've had enough. You were as done.
It was
as done could be.
Well, I think what he was waiting for was me to do anything wildly correct, anything, and I actually escaped something, not anything good. And he's like, kind of right.
At least you tried.
We'll let you stop, because he had a huge grin on his face, like, you fucked hard.
Oh, he enjoyed that.
Oh, dude. Well, that's what he came up for.
Oh, yeah.
It was Chad's test, and Croyler came up as a friend with quotations around it.
It's funny because we talk a lot of shit about Croyler, but
we do.
But he came all the way up from Elkhart, Indiana to Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is hour and 50 minutes.
Oh, no, it's like 2 hours away.
2 hours, yeah, 2 hours. I mean, well, depending on who's driving. If I drive like 3 hours, if Kip drives like 45 minutes,
yeah 45. I can make it.
The fact of the matter is, it's a long way away. So he comes all the way up just for Kip's test. It's a testament to how cool he is. And then right after that, he goes all the way to Chicago
for Claude's
to coach Claude,
who won.
Yeah.
Claude Duchette fucking killed it again. Yep. Made it look easy, I think was the phrase we heard. So congratulations on
purple
that,
belt
Claude.
division, if you're wondering. So
yeah, and he can dominate probably above that, I think. Yeah. But that's just me because I suck at this sport.
Yeah, he ruined me the last team training again.
Yeah, he's like to do that.
Yeah. He calls me over. I'm like, I was trying to avoid you. Like, I was deliberately not making eye contact, and he forced the eye contact. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck.
Well, you're even good at making eye contact.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You swing dance. You kill people. Come on, man. What can't you do?
Yeah, right.
So,
hey, speaking of dancing, Ed, you see that video Ed posted?
No,
dude, he can dance. Him and his wife both dancers.
Really
good
that's
dancers.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
I'm jealous now. I wish I could dance.
This makes me want to choke him more.
Oh, yeah. He's
I
going
don't
to
know
pay.
why.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't have talents. We don't have any, so we get really bitter with people that have talents.
Yeah, when people are better than us, we get angry and just mock them.
Yeah. Or, make sure they're a white belt and then beat them up. Oh, and I'll close out the test thing. We'll move on to our kids' topic here in a moment. Favorite phrase is Croyler made time as he's running the fuck out of the door to turn to me and go, "Hey, Kip, now you're just a blue belt."
That was
he was waiting for it, I'm sure.
It was great.
It was pretty funny. Because if you guys didn't know, I used the phrase just a white belt.
Fussily?
Very fussily. And it's something that will still stick in my craw, and I will fight for that for a long time.
We're white belt advocates here.
We are, and but now I'm a blue belt, so fuck them. Actually, I've moved on. No, I can't.
It's funny the transition that you don't quite feel. My journey and path is a little bit different because I've got 10 years off and on, right? Yeah. So cumulative. Oh, wow, that word sucks for me.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. I'm what I am, but I just got a lot of experience and history around it. So that point where you start getting good and you start landing stuff on people, you almost think that they must have given it to you until you keep on doing it. It's over
really
and over
weird.
Again. Yeah. So I got to that point, a couple years ago. I'm like, what the hell? This is why are they giving me all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, this shit actually works. It's not just a fun thing to do. It works.
And that's one of those things that start clicking in right around that time that you're going to go towards your blue belt. Yep. It's just like, for me, it was certain sweeps, a scissor sweep. All of a sudden, like, I thought everyone was still giving it to me. Everyone. I think I told you that. Yeah. Like, oh man, people are falling for this all the time. I mean, not falling for it. They're letting me do it all the time. I'm like, and Paul's like, maybe it's just working.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, maybe you practice enough and you're getting good at it now. Who knows?
No.
I'm just going to throw all that out there.
Still didn't believe it. Still can't land it on anybody of, any tenure. But whatever.
Yeah, my best move does not work on certain people. It just doesn't. So.
Well, that's because people hate us.
But it works great on people that don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, perfect. Brand new people. Come on. So,
whatever.
But it's yeah, that was pretty funny. So,
yep. So congrats to Kip. Congrats to Eric.
Yes, Eric did a great job. Yep.
Yeah. Now Kip is finally entitled to give opinions.
I don't
entitled.
The problem is people asked me. I fucking hated that.
Now you can. You feel good about yourself.
I don't think I can.
You've arrived, Kip.
I feel the exact same as I did before.
Arrived. No, you shouldn't. You should feel godlike.
No.
Like
No, Croyler made sure that wasn't going to happen with his many text and images and things to tell me that I wasn't shit more than I was before. He made that abundantly clear before and after the test. Sorry. He gave me a little bit of encouragement. He said, "Hey, you're doing good."
What?
Halfway through. I know.
Really?
He took it back the very next lap when I ran by him.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Whatever. It's okay.
I got worried.
All right, so where are we at on this thing? Where were we and where are we at?
So last week, we got halfway through and went, I can't do this for another hour. So we split it up into two. We ended on don't pit kids against one another, rather teach them as early as possible that in the school they are family and that they are going to grow and improve as a family together. Minor friendly rivalries will happen on their own. Ask anyone with a younger or older sibling. They are okay and healthy, but it's important that we keep those in check as well. So that's where we ended up.
Yes.
And that was the last part of numero 2. Moving on, number 3. What to do if their interests wane and they want to quit. And my favorite answer is an A. don't let them.
Don't let them quit.
Yeah.
Simple.
B, actually,
what could it possibly be?
Close second, even maybe pushing into first place above that is literally don't let them
quit. Okay.
So
it'll be a common theme.
I'm getting the impression that Croyler doesn't want your kids to quit jiu-jitsu.
It's an option.
Yeah, it's not an option. You will not quit. C, let them attend fewer classes if they want, but don't let them flat out quit. Children quit because they don't like something. In a jiu-jitsu class, that can usually be easily fixed. As an example, if a child doesn't like rolling with a specific kid, the coach can ensure that doesn't happen for a period of time. Yep, it happens in kids. It happens with adults. Sometimes you get a person that just, they're a little spazzy. They kind of hurt you. And
or their style is just more aggressive than yours. And it's not a good fit.
Yep. So if some other kid is being overly aggressive with your kid and they're struggling and that makes them not like it, just talk to the coach and say, hey, look, I realize that a bit of that is good for them. They need to know what can happen and how to overcome it. I understand that. But they need a break.
Well, and at what age group are you thinking? Because I'm thinking about the age group that your daughters are at, and my Sid is at.
I'm
like
going
8, 9. It's like 6 to 9.
Yeah.
And though at that age, you're really just trying to get them to be engaged and have fun doing it.
Right.
So having someone that is going to take away from that's aggressive, whatever you want to call it, it's really not good at that age. Literally, you just want them to have fun.
Yeah.
And learn, of course, but having fun is a big part of it because that's going to build to the longevity of them staying there.
Exactly. If your kid is having fun with the rivalry, even though they're on the losing end of the spectrum, fine, that's cool. But if your kid is starting to go, this sucks, I don't like it.
Every time I roll, I'm getting beaten up and then I just don't like it.
Yeah, you got to explain to them why that's okay and why that happens. But you can also go, all right, maybe you need a break for a couple of weeks, work on some things, maybe try it again in a month or 2 or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, just like Kip said, they have to have fun. And sometimes you got to control those kind of situations.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true. I mean, I haven't had that instance where I have something where my kids don't like to roll with them.
No, I don't think I have with my kids either.
But I could definitely see. Paul and I have that all the time. Yeah. Wow, you're aggressive. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. I'm trying to be a world champion. I'm like the old man that gives you like old man tricks. Like, I play dead until you get tired, and then I try.
That's kind of my game, too. Shit. I just hold guard until I'm like, oh, you're tired now? Watch this.
Exactly.
We are now on an even playing field.
Yeah, that doesn't work after a certain belt level. Like, it doesn't work on any of the blue or,
purple belts. Yeah, there's whatever. You're stupid. I'm going to beat you up.
I'm just going to beat your ass the entire time then. Like, oh, shit. But, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
avoid them all.
So, speaking of this, so my eldest and my youngest both have what I'd call, I wouldn't really call it a rivalry, but 2 kids that are really, really great matches with them. That's back and forth and hard rolls.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, so, for sure.
Yeah, we got Ginny and Piper. So Ginny rolls with my daughter, Sydney.
Yes.
And Ginny has not been going as long, but she's a little bit bigger, a lot stronger and athletic, more aggressive.
I think the aggressive is most of what that comes down to.
Yep. She's
because Sydney's just more playful.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So Ginny is kind of she's a get after it. She likes to win. She's athletic. She's more competitive. My Sydney is. She's just laid back and easygoing. She doesn't care if she wins or loses. She just wants to have fun.
Yeah, and she's there because her sister's there and mom and dad's there.
Yeah. So Ginny started to just beat the piss out of her over and over again until my Sydney had to go, okay, I can't let that happen. So now it's a good, back
give
and
take.
forth. Yeah. So that's been a great rivalry, if you will. But everybody's happy.
I think it's more of a great. You've found somebody that fits as a good partner.
Yeah, exactly.
It pushes her, but not enough to not like it and feel defeated, but enough to make her get better.
Yep, it's wonderful. So if you can find a kid that matches up like that with your kid,
good partners.
Yeah, just try to encourage that partnership.
Yeah, and it's usually not going to be their friend, like their bestie friend that's in class. Why? Because they end up fucking around.
Yeah, it's like
because I have to yell. Paul and I can't roll together.
Yeah, we don't. We train occasionally. We roll together,
and it goes well for like 30 seconds, and then we're like, hey, "You touched my nipple."
Yeah,
it's not good.
It's fun,
not productive.
Not productive. Exactly. So,
but yeah, it goes for kids. Because my daughter has this issue. I've been trying to talk to her. My eldest, who's 12, almost 13. Mm-hmm. She has two of her best friends are in there.
Yeah, and
Natalie
those
and
are the
Bree.
only ones big enough to roll with.
Yeah, and the problem though is
they're too friendly.
they're too friendly and they end up like just talking. And then Bree is is bigger than Addie, so it's more difficult for her to like sweep and move. So she ends up just kind of talking to her best friends. And I'm like, this is not productive.
Yeah, Addie needs somebody that has that. Yeah, she's got to find that. So I think she's going to probably get more of that in the adult class where somebody is good enough to roll with her at her level.
Yeah, because the other people that are her size, she can just kind of do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's not, she gets bored.
Yep.
She does. She's told me, she goes, it's not that much fun right now. I'm like, eh.
Yeah,
you
just need that person.
Yeah, but she loved adult class. I haven't been there. She wants to be out there. With me. She wants me out there. And I haven't been. For the classes, it's been getting ready for my test. And then this week, I'm fucked hard and was injured on Monday. And then today, obviously, we're here. We
just talked about why we're here.
Yeah, we're here. So, but yeah, she'll start to be in the adult class, and that'll be great for her. So just basically going back to the point is why she's coming to the adult class is because it's going to fit her having a better training partner and people that are her size and have a little more skill in what they're doing. So it's perfect. Or she could just roll with Robert, who's like her size.
Yeah, without skill. Hey, Robert.
That dick tried to kill me.
I know.
Old bastard.
That's funny. So Piper is my eldest daughter's rival, I guess.
Yeah, she's legit. She's
fun.
Dude,
I tell you what, I'm not sure what they're doing at home, but they're doing stuff that they haven't learned in class yet.
So because she goes for overhooks.
Dude.
And as soon as somebody bases out, she attacks that arm every time.
Somebody's getting extra credit.
Which is awesome.
They're putting in overtime.
Which
guaranteed.
Is awesome.
Yeah. So the first couple times she rolled with Caden after the first, I'm going to say 6 or 7 months or so, she started really whooping on Caden. And Caden just like, oh my God, she wasn't used to that. But now Caden has had to really up her game many levels, and Piper allowed her to do that. Like she was the catalyst to make Caden really up her game, which is perfect. So that's what you need. But nobody's getting hurt.
It's really good. We just watched a video of tonight's class.
Yeah.
Before of those two rolling, Caden she had a smile on her face the whole time.
Yep.
I was actually as pseudo uncle was very, very proud because she did. It wasn't going her way the whole time at all.
Probably 2/3 of the time.
I don't know. No, I think it was pretty even. Honestly, yeah, because a lot of the time was just holding guard. Piper was just holding guard, which is legit. Her freaking guard is legit. But Caden, when you're holding guard, Caden wasn't in danger,
right? Like
in that guard at the time, so she was doing just fine in my opinion. And it was a nice back and forth between the two of them the whole time. But Caden had a smile on her face the whole time. And it got pretty, heated. Like, when she went back to hold her guard, like she got them legs working. And Piper was trying to force them, get her arms to control her. Did not work.
Yep. They were both getting after it, and it was
and
fun
both
to
of them
watch.
had smiles on their faces. So that was awesome.
Yep. I think anybody could have looked at that and went, that's fun.
Yeah, for sure. That was great.
So, but there's also those occasions where you can tell certain kids might get angry. They might not understand.
Yeah, they
get frustrated, right? So it's not, kids are kids. They're, that happens. So you just got to keep an eye on that, talk to the coach about what you're seeing. And
so it keeps happening over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So, all right, moving on.
What's the next point?
Oh, we beat that horse to death. And then some. E. Again, don't let them quit. Check. All right, number 4. Benefits of knowing Jiu-Jitsu during school years. A. Jiu-Jitsu builds, instills confidence in all practitioners. Confidence is the single most important thing to get a child through school. More importantly, the confidence Jiu-Jitsu gives comes from within, not on the clothes or the leather jacket that you may wear.
Leather jacket? What
It's
the
permanent.
fuck school did you go to?
I'm trying to think of that old school movie with the leather jacket. And,
maybe he meant Letterman jacket or something.
I don't know.
But no.
Oh, for sure that's a thing because
it is. I get what he's saying. It's the popular clothes, keeping up with the Joneses shit that people go through, and the kids, especially like high school, middle school. I'm starting to see with Addie. Addie could give a shit less. She just wants to wear whatever she wants to wear, which is a rarity.
Does she ever get other kids mocking her for wearing what she wants to wear or wearing the same thing more
than
one time?
I don't know because Addie doesn't give a shit.
That's good.
Literally, Addie does not let shit bother her, and because we ask her all the time, trying to be very vigilant on knowing if she's getting bullied or if people are being mean. People just don't fuck with her right now, and I'm sure at some point they will. But I know all of 6th grade knows she does jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
Like, it's almost comical. So she stood up to a bully this year.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, I remember that story. That was
I know,
great.
yeah, we talked about it a little
it.
bit, but it fits right in here because she did it because she had the confidence to do so.
Yep.
She didn't have to say, all she said was, you know what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
You better, you need to stop. That's all it took. Because
Nice.
it just, she said it with confidence. She's right in the girl's face and just let her know.
Yep.
That's all it took. It didn't need a fight. It didn't have to do anything. It just, she had the confidence to fucking tell somebody. So what Carruthers saying? Correct. Yeah. And I agree.
And we talked about this a bit on the last show. Knowing jiu-jitsu gives you the power behind the words. So because when I grew up, I didn't have the confidence behind the words no.
It's because you did katas.
It was dancing with punches. So,
yay!
But yeah, so I couldn't stand up for myself because I didn't respect the art that I knew. And it's another one of those things where if I did do my art, I'm either kicking or punching a dude in the face. Like, it goes from 0 to 100%.
And that's the thing with karate and taekwondo that I want to go over just a little bit off topic, just because I don't want people to think we hate the other arts.
No, I love them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
The only problem is
it's terrible for school.
It's terrible for giving a false sense of security with both of them because most of them are stationary. And as I found out during my test, when they add even the little bit of resistance, what I just learned is really fucking confusing to do. And like the most basic pull, my wrist defense, I literally almost forgot because they pulled me forward.
Yeah.
So perfect example for why doing katas and only katas is not a good enough training to feel like you're confident in defending yourself.
Exactly.
And that's just my opinion, and I think all of them are beautiful arts, and if that's what you're doing, fucking keep doing it.
Well, like you said before, is look at Lyoto Machida.
Yeah.
Look at Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy Thompson.
Yeah. Yeah, they can use that really good. But do you want your kid doing that to other kids at school? Because
that too.
That's instant expulsion.
Yeah.
Like
you can't do that kind of damage to people.
If you defend yourself with karate or boxing, dude, you're kicked out of school. But if you defend yourself with jiu-jitsu, you can just
control the situation rather than...
You don't have to hit nobody.
You don't even have to...
shit. You can just hold them down and go, you do realize what I can do?
Yeah. You don't even have to choke them.
No,
you can literally just get to the position and go, you're going to stop?
Exactly.
They will stop.
When you dominate another human being and they know they're dominated, they'll get the
animal.
idea.
It's an animal instinct.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when they're defeated. It's just weird how that works. Yes, there's going to be those psychopaths that are like, you fucking choke me, I'm going to still kill you. But those are few and far between.
Usually that just happens when you're drunk. Typically when you're in school. Don't know what school you go to, not drunk.
Yeah, no, or on meth or spice or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Right.
Clueless on drugs. Just letting everybody know.
But yeah, I think just having the confidence in yourself in something that you are is way better than going, well, I need the best shoes because otherwise I'm not going to have friends and they might pick on me or they might, all this kind of stuff. So
Yep, so I agree.
Yep.
Hey,
cool.
when am I going to read this sweet email?
Oh, we'll read that at the end. I was going to read it first, but now it's kind of weird to break in.
Yeah, it's just about his 2.5-year-old.
All right, we'll get there. And don't forget, though, because I forgot already. Number B. Jiu-Jitsu also teaches troubleshooting, under pressure troubleshooting. It will teach your child to solve both social and academic challenges they may face in school. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't know because I didn't have this in school. And I'm really good at my job anyway, so I'm good at troubleshooting there. But I can see the point. Like when you have to, I mean, it's high-level problem solving.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I assume...
High-pressure problem solving.
I assume that kind of correlates with whatever you do in life as you're learning and going through life, whether it's in school, work, whatever. That's gonna definitely help you out.
I agree. Yeah, for sure.
C.
Si, senor.
C. The ability to defend themselves, even if your child is unaware that they are learning to fight, or they don't understand the purpose of the self-defense techniques, or they see grappling and rolling as a fun game. Your child is actually learning to protect themselves. This means should someone try to hurt or bully or take advantage of your child, they won't be able to. Your child may react out of instinct or reflex, meaning your child will always be able to handle themselves. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, totally agreed.
That's just part of life. When they're really young, make it fun, make it a game, and then if they do ever find themselves getting pushed down on the ground, it's going to be
you'd be amazed
nature.
what they actually picked up.
Yep.
So my Sydney's real quick. My Sydney's a really good example of that because if you watched her during class, Thank you to all my coaches for having the patience, because she's fucking around. She's being dad. She's being just like me. She's fucking around, making jokes, being a little shithead. But as soon as you ask her to do something, she can do that shit.
Nice.
When you would have thought, she caught none of it. So that's kind of what I take from that is you'd be amazed at how much self-defense they take away, even when you think they're just having fun. And
the point I was going to make is Kip and I have rolled with a lot of white belts at this point. And there's a difference between white belts and white belts. And what I mean by that is some white belts kind of have a feel for, I'm trying to do stuff to them, and they're defending out of instinct.
Instinct, yeah,
and then
for sure.
There's other people that have no idea what's going on, and that you can just, they're like putty in your hands. You're like, what are you even trying to do? It's like you have nothing. You're like, you're using my body to kick your ass. Like, how are you that bad? But it's the difference between people that, hey, they might have wrestled their dad, they might have been in wrestling.
They're just naturally athletic, because that was more my thing. Like you said, wow, you have your base is halfway.
You got good
your sense of balance.
Yeah,
and I'm like, not really, not for this. I just do for sports in general, just stay on my feet. You know what I mean? So I could kind of, that correlated, I do believe, to doing jiu-jitsu. I was still fucking terrible, but at least I wasn't getting thrown on my face every 2 seconds.
No, there's terrible, and then there's a fucking terrible. There's a difference. So just by having your kids rolling around, having fun, doing the games, they're going to be so much more better prepared in a real altercation than if you just don't have them in jiu-jitsu. Just by the nature of the play.
Yeah, it's very true.
Make sense?
Totally agree.
Cool. All right. Sweet. I like that analogy. I just came up with it off the top of my head. All right. D, your child will learn discipline as jiu-jitsu ranking is far longer of a process than it is in other martial arts. This means no instant reward, no shortcuts. It's always about earning your rewards instead of being entitled to them. I'm not sure what he's talking about, because I got my black belt in Taekwondo in like 3.5 years. And I really thought that was cool at the time.
You want to know what's interesting?
Yes.
So I was talking to a coworker, and their son did years of karate. He was some degree black belt by the time he was...
So probably did 4 years of karate.
Like 4 months, whatever. And so the belts are just different.
Yeah.
It's
just
different. It's really what it comes down to. It's funny to me that you can get it that quickly, but I know it's different. It's different to earn those. You know what I mean? So it's not better. It's just different.
There's not as much to learn. There's just not. There's only so many punches and variations of them, and kicks and variations of them, and blocks and variations of them, and you can only do so many kata with those different variations of punches and kicks and blocks to get ranked through the belt levels. With jiu-jitsu, the reason it's harder is because it's freaking infinite.
Yeah.
There's just so fucking much to learn.
There is so many what ifs.
Oh,
and it just makes the sport wonderful and frustrating all at the same time.
Yeah.
And
the people use chess as an analogy all the time, and I don't think it does it justice. I think if it was like a 8-player chess on different levels of a board and they're all playing one game, maybe that is more equivalent. But it's really hard, and it takes a long time to get good and rank up. So that patience level has to be there. It's not any instant gratification. So
it's not.
Yeah, they learn patience by going through the belt.
Exactly, and I think that's great. And that's we were talking about that, like how that works, and she was pretty versed in it. I think both her sons ended up doing it, just one longer than the other. And she goes, "What belt are you?" I'm like, "Blue belt." She goes, "So where's that in the belts?" I go, "The second one." Yep. And she goes, "Oh." I look at her and go, "Took me 2 years to get there, though." She's like, "Oh." I'm like, yeah, it's different. Well, it's just there's less belts with so much more involved to even get to that first belt.
Yeah. So for people,
some schools are different.
For people that haven't been in any other martial arts or MMA or anything like that. So I was a 4th degree black belt when I started jiu-jitsu. I had won a tough man contest, and I had won a cage fight before I started jiu-jitsu. And I had a buddy that was teaching me like fundamental basics, like guard, side control, stuff like that. Just real fundamental stuff.
Yeah.
Just a couple of different submissions, and that's it. So I thought I knew jiu-jitsu. I had no idea. So what I did is I signed up for my first jiu-jitsu class, mind you, as a 4th degree black belt and just one kind of karate. I had another black belt and a different kind of karate. I've been in martial arts my entire life. Every blue belt, every single blue belt, bar none, no matter what they look like, how big, how small, what gender, kicked my fucking ass.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting my ass kicked by like 2 and up white belts. Now I could kind of sort of hang, I could make it like a tough roll, but by the time I was done, I might not have tapped out. Probably didn't tap them out, but guess who was tired? This guy.
Not even tired, dead.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a different thing.
It is.
It's a different kind of martial art. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's my best analogy, I guess.
I mean, it's better. That's all I got. It's better.
Yeah, right.
So I just like it so much. And I never did anything else. So
I need to talk to that woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, a typical blue belt will beat the fuck out of a typical black belt in any other martial art at jiu-jitsu. Now you put them in a cage. Yeah, you got to get them down.
Yeah. Really, really quick.
Yeah.
Or get in the middle of their kata and knock them over.
If they're a black belt and they do make contact, good fucking luck to you.
Fuck off. That's going to suck.
That's going to suck a lot.
All right, what's the next point?
All right. Number 5 is the next point. How to keep their interest at home as a parent. A, I think we already answered this one. Make it a family affair. Be encouraging. B, make it fun. C, don't let them quit.
You want to know what? I think this email kind of fits into that because this kind of this answers.
Hold on.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah. D, lessen frequency of attendance, but not quit. So yeah, go ahead and read the email that correlates with this.
Yeah, because this kind of fits with how I'm going to field the question. And guess what? I got an answer from Croyler too. So it's a good one.
Oh, I love the answer.
It's a really good one. So to the blue belts. Congrats, Kip. Oh, so sweet. Thank you, Scott. So nice of you. And he's in Clearwater. Or near there. My son is 2.5, and I would like to get him started in BJJ as soon as I can. Or at least get him interested. The gym I go to starts at 4. I'm guessing years of age.
Yeah, not for kids.
Not for children.
Yeah, you have to have 4 kids, otherwise you're not welcome.
We need a lot of your money before you do that shit. At official Gracie Clearwater. What is the best way to start introducing him to BJJ? I know the Gracie Bullyproof. Oh, gosh. I can't read because I just put this behind my microphone.
Yeah, well done, sir.
Yeah, no.
Well done.
I know about the Gracie Bullyproof. Should I start with that? Or should I get him the Magical Belt book? That's the one you should do, by the way.
Yes. Kip's Magic Belt.
Kip and the Magic Belt.
Yeah.
Definitely get that. Get the bear. It's a great way. I've read it to my kids. I've read it to Ellie a number of times. Great read, and just really, it just plants the seed.
Vic Gracie wrote that, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent book.
Great book.
Highly recommend it. For that age.
I have my own copy. Came
Thanks,
from Gracie
Eric.
University.
Exactly.
What up?
And Morgan, it was great.
So, and read that to him. So yes, you should read that book to him. Get a bear. Even if it's not the bear that you can get a stuffed animal for him to play with. I'll tell you what I do with mine. I have a 3-year-old daughter. And what we do with her at home is I let her roll with me. I teach her basics, arm bars. She loves to do an arm bar. She's done an arm bar on Paul many times.
Oh, yeah.
I arm bar.
Well.
Yeah.
She's been doing it
she
since
bridges
she was
up.
2.
It's pretty damn cool. Mm-hmm. And so just those type of things. Just make it fun at home, rolling around. So they give the general feeling. We have a member of our gym, Rob Bowers, and he has he's 1?
1, yeah.
And he has basic body movements for wrestling and jiu-jitsu takedowns. Crazy, because Rob is a heck of a wrestler and still is great at coaching it too. Yeah. But he's taught his kid at that age, with just having fun. They have a ton of fun when they're doing it. Just basic body movements and what to do when you do pass someone's guard. It's crazy. It's really cool, but you can do that, and he made it fun.
Yeah.
So it's something his smile, as he called it. He's so adorable.
He's such a cutie.
He'll murder someone.
So Croyler had a great answer as to how to encourage your 2-year-old to want to learn jiu-jitsu.
I mean, it was...
Yeah, so here's what you got to tell him.
So here it goes. So it's it's a quote.
It's a quote. He got a great quote from a movie.
The quote, here it comes. Yep. Because someday, some motherfucker's going to take your stuff, and you're going to have to choke a motherfucker out. That's why. So there's your answer from Croyler. Yep. You wanted a good answer from Croyler.
Yeah, our answer wasn't good enough, so we got you the proper answer.
Yeah, let me read what he said here about our answers. I would like Croyler's insight, if possible, since your insight is terrible.
He's not wrong. I'm not mad at that.
Neither am I.
We fixed it.
Yep. And no one cares what you two say. Keep putting up this terrible content. Thanks.
Oh, we will.
For some reason, I look forward to Thursdays. Thanks, Scott. I think.
Is that when Grappling Central comes out too?
That's fucking boring. Just kidding. Good show. Listen to him.
Love you, Ryan.
Whatever. Interview Corler. Try to help Corler out there.
Do that, for sure.
Yeah, I'll send him a message. It's fine. Like we're friends. I think
Right.
he said 4 words to me.
Hey, but he said words.
They were words.
He's famous.
They went back and forth. So thank you, Scott. But so the other thing that I'm going to say about it is I think I just have a little more feeling for it than Paulie, because Paulie got his kids involved when they were a little older.
Sort of, right? Because,
well, no, yeah, you started when you were young.
So I didn't know Jiu-Jitsu for kids was an option until they were 8, because the only gym I was going to go to and the one I frequently went to, that was 8 years old. So when my kids
insane.
When my kids were 2, I'm like, they got a long damn ways away. So we'd wrestle all the time.
Yeah, and you found the bully-proof system. You've talked about that.
Well, I found the bully-proof system literally like a couple of months before I found Black Lion. Yeah. So I didn't know. So all I would do is I would wrestle my kids all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to our point before that about kind of who sucks and who really sucks at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
The people that really suck, their dads don't wrestle them. Their moms don't wrestle them. So just by wrestling your kid and making that part of your daily routine, like your fun, like that's fun for him to wrestle dad, do a lot of that. Just mess with him and wrestle him. And,
it just plants, like I keep saying it, but it does. It plants that seed of just, this is fun, this is what the family does. And so what we do with Elle is she kind of runs the gym. If she just runs around the mats, and as long as she's not harming anyone or getting anyone's way, she just does.
Yeah, she enjoys being there. And when she's old enough, she'll start taking classes.
There's been multiple times that she's come out and tried doing all the warm-ups with us. Nice. She'll run with us. She'll do side steps. She was trying to do shrimp drills. It was awesome. It turned into just rolling, literally rolling.
It was adorable.
Yes, it was. But that's what she does. She just feels like that's what you do, and it's super fun. And she wants to do what we're doing. Yeah, she can.
Your entire family does that. It's part of your family culture.
Literally, my whole family does it, and it's great. And just do that. It's just the little things. If Clearwater has a tight enough knit group there that you can have all girls around.
Yeah, right.
Have him around, just hanging out, just for the beginning of class. Even if before it starts, just let him run around the mat with you, roll around, and then let him see what you're doing, and he'll want to do it with you.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever said that he did jiu-jitsu, so maybe he just really wants to live vicariously through his 2.5-year-old son.
Maybe.
Not sure. Could be.
I mean, there's a lot of dads that just go,
you're doing this?
You're doing this because it's important.
Which is perfectly fine. So, but if you do it, have them just be involved with you. It's make it fun.
Yep. Yeah, the Gracie Bulletproof DVDs are more like 6,
even 8, honestly, because they have a little higher expectation for it. And it's also going to run into more of the situations of an older kid where it's not just, oh, I hate you at school. It's more, I'm going to bully the shit out of you.
My kids got involved when they were 5 and 7, and I showed them the DVDs when they were 5 and 7.
Yeah.
And they got enough of it from the Gracie games and stuff. We had a bunch of fun.
Yeah, the Gracie games. Look into those. Those are a lot of fun, too.
Just so much fun. And then they have the entire bully-proof thing is how you deal with bullies, which is excellent information that you should go over every year you go to, your kids go to school. Here's how we deal with these situations as they come up.
Yep, great.
So, it's good information.
But probably a little above a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Do the book. Do the
kip.
Do the kip, everyone. It's being horrible at jiu-jitsu. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's a book.
Yeah, we are not affiliated with that at all. So
no, not at all. That's just us loving it. Honestly, I have the book. Both of us have read it to our girls a few times.
Yeah, we don't recommend shit that we don't really love. So.
No, if we're telling you it's something we use. If we're telling you about it, we like it.
So if you hate it, you're wrong, not us.
No.
Yeah, that's
And if you got a fucking problem with it, Grappling Dads.
Yeah. Just
the dads at grapplingdads.com. Bring it. We're getting more and more mean emails. I love it.
That's great. I love people.
Yeah, it's great. Our fans are much like us.
Yeah.
Not that ironic, really.
No.
What's the next point?
Number 6. How to encourage them to face opponents more athletic than them, and they keep just getting smashed. We covered a bit of this, but I'll go over his point. A, again, make sure they understand that losing is only losing if they don't learn from it. Very true.
Yes.
B, help them see small victories. I'm going to pause there a second because when Cade and Sydney were getting, basically smashed and beat up by Ginny and Piper, I would encourage them going, hey, you did really good at defense. Yep, you were on the bottom. Nope, you didn't get to impose your will. But you did defend really, really well, even though you didn't work your escapes.
And what's the name of this game? What's the name of the game for Jiu-Jitsu? What's
Survival.
the basic? And self-defense.
It's defense, yeah.
It's all about the defense. So leaning on that's a great idea.
Yep.
Just wanted to throw that in.
So getting that in their head is a big deal. So this is a self-defense, to Kip's point. This is about survival. Mm-hmm. So just because you don't get to impose your will on somebody all the time and it's imposed upon you, as long as you're surviving and doing all the right moves and creating frames and postures, you're doing good. You're winning.
You're
and
doing
learning.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Can't be mad at that. So that's what I encourage.
And I do give credit though. That is, especially with kids, you got it's a little line, a little tight rope you're walking because that's boring.
No, it's fun to hurt people. Hurt, you know what I mean? Win.
No, it's fun. It's fun to try and impose. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
impose your will is a great way of putting it because I don't want to put it to like choking somebody out, especially at that age. That's not really what they're looking for. It's just
controlling them
and imposing what you want to do.
Right.
Awesome. So
that's when I have the most fun.
Yeah, but so defense is it's boring. It doesn't seem like you're doing anything right. But so if you can instill that's what you're supposed to be doing because it is.
I believe that's a bit of a mindset too, because you grew up winning. You really like to win. You're competitive as hell. But in your sports, you didn't get dominated and humiliated if you lost. You're just like, I fucking hate losing.
Yeah, I fucking hate losing
but
for the sake of losing.
Yeah, but in jiu-jitsu, somebody's squashing you and smashing you and dominating you. It just feels different than losing a soccer match, I presume, because I've never played soccer. Asking for a friend.
There's balls involved, right?
Yeah. The only time I've had balls involved is when they were bouncing off my face in the basketball court. That sounded bad. Basketballs were bouncing off my face.
We're going to stick with balls.
As far as you know.
Just balls bouncing off your face.
Moving on.
But it is. It's a different feeling. I don't know. You taught me real early to lose. Like, you beat the shit out of me because I was just being terrible and being stupid. You're like, you're better than this. You fuck up, I'm going to fuck you up. And you did. So it didn't feel that bad. Before, and now I don't mind tapping at all. Like, losing at all means nothing to me. But before I learned that, though, it was pretty similar. I didn't like losing at all.
So you're not very far removed from this. I'm 10 years out. But what's the difference between losing when you don't know what frames and posture is and losing when you do know what frames and posture is? How big of a difference is that?
Actually, it's funny. It's way worse, for me at least, when I didn't know. When I'm just getting fucking dominated, it was more annoying to me. It didn't make me mad because I'm like, I had an excuse for sucking. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck a frame is. What's a frame?
I'm supposed to lose.
Base? What, like base in a car? What the fuck are you talking about?
There's so many terms I don't understand.
Yeah, and everybody's like, you got to get this. Well, whatever. I suck. I'm good with that. But once you know what they are, and you lose, it's actually easier because you're like, okay, at least I did the right shit. I just need to get better at that shit.
Right.
But when you don't know, it's fucking annoying as hell.
It hurts a lot less when you have frames in.
Oh my gosh.
So even though you're on the
when
bottom,
you first start and you just end up just flat as shit on your back and you can't breathe, you're like, what's wrong with this? Yeah. This person weighs 110 pounds. Why can't I breathe?
Yeah, why do they feel like a million?
So yeah, it's funny, but it's for me. When I didn't know what I was doing, I had an excuse to suck, but it was worse because I just didn't know. But now that I do know, it's funny. I don't mind losing because it's like, all right, well, at least I know why I lost, or at least I was in the right position to not lose. It's just they're a lot better than me.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
Blah.
All right. Moving on. C. Teach them that quitting when things get tough gets them nowhere in life.
Gets easier. Oh, yeah, right. sorry.
It's always the right thing to do. Just be a quitter. It's awesome. But that to overcome tough challenges, you must figure a way around the problem. Find a solution. Then it becomes a game in a puzzle. That's a good point. Like, if you can make losing fun, like, hey, we just got to figure this out like a detective novel. Then it's like, oh, okay. Get them on board. It's more fun that way.
Yes, make it a game.
Point. D. They only get discouraged if they feel they are disappointing you. You should then reevaluate your parenting. Check.
Way to be judgmental, dick.
Your child feels they need to make you proud. Losing or a loss may mean to them that they failed to make you proud. Teach them better. And if you're only proud of your child and their successes, then you are a garbage parent and you are the problem.
Man,
he's not
judgy
wrong.
as shit and accurate.
Also not wrong. Yeah. Be happy for them that they're having fun.
Yes.
That encourage them always, no matter if they win or if they lose. Just say, hey, I like your effort. You're trying hard. You're learning. You did good no matter what happened. Just be proud that they went out there at all. And encourage the fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Well, good.
I can't even disagree.
We're
so
on
we
the
can
same
move
page.
on.
And number 7, as a sport that isn't seasonal, they never get a break like you do.
Is this the part where he freaks out about seasonal work?
Yeah, he throws shade at seasonal sports. Shade. Watch.
I call it whining.
As a sport that isn't seasonal, they never get a break like you do in other sports. How do you keep them engaged and not bored? A. Well, this is tough for me because I never understood seasonal sports. Why did he bring up something that's tough for him? I don't know.
Just saying. I want to bring up something. I'm not going to answer that well.
It's a silly idea to me. In Brazil, that doesn't exist. Seasonal sports, that is. B. I mean, why is basketball only played in the spring? You literally play in a weatherproof court. Why only in the spring? Or swimming, a fall-winter sport. Weird. Just weird. We had a great answer for that. Because America.
Yeah, because we do what the fuck we want. Fuck Brazil?
Yeah.
All warm and pretty people. Fuck you.
If you
just kidding. Yeah. Totally kidding.
So if you have a sport that's just year-round, it just never ends. It's hard to, try out a sport.
Yeah.
It
is.
Go ahead. You can speak more of this than me. You have ideas on this. I'm just whatever, dude. I didn't do sports.
It just got bothersome because he's like, seasonal sports, it's kind of installed it with America because we are so freaking shiny object.
Yeah.
Especially as kids. Shit, I played soccer. I played basketball. I played tennis. What else did I play? You name it. I fucking tried playing it. I was just baseball. Played baseball. I was on an all-star team for a few baseball squads. I did all those things. I loved every fucking sport I tried. It was fun as shit. So guess what? Screw you. Because of the seasons, I got to try all those things.
Well, it's funny because just that's weird to him. I'm going, well, that's what you're talking about. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
I
just
didn't
because
do sports,
your country has
sounds weird.
Summer. I mean, you have
perpetual summer.
Let me see. What's winter? Oh, yeah, it's called summer there.
Right.
In summer, it's called summer. So it's like...
So what I just heard is I'm moving to Brazil.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. And we're not pretty enough for there, but whatever.
God, no. My ass is way too small and ugly.
Yeah, it's not good. I've noticed. Weird? Awkward?
No, I'm good.
But so the seasonals thing is it's an American thing. Good, because I want my kids to be able to be well-rounded and try other things other than jiu-jitsu, even though I think jiu-jitsu is the best thing we could be doing, and they're never going to be not somewhat connected to it. But if Sid wants to try soccer for a season, awesome.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to give up a whole year or a whole huge amount of time. 5-6 weeks.
Yep.
Big fucking deal. And if she ends up loving and wants to play, guess what? Then she goes to jiu-jitsu once, twice a month instead of 4 or 8 times a month.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, as long as she's happy and finds something she enjoys doing. But guess what? That season's going to be over. Then she can start coming to class a little bit more in between. I'm good with that. So I think the seasons is a good thing. And honestly, if you want, for me, when soccer became my main sport, 9-10 years old, and that was what I was probably the best at. And that became my main sport to really play. I got away from rec and more into travels and school teams. I played that year round. I went from one season to the outdoor to indoor to outdoor to indoor to outdoor. I never stopped playing soccer year round.
I think there's always a travel team or something.
In almost every sport.
Might end in high school or college, but there's always other places.
Yes, there's always other places and affiliations to play in. Yeah. It's so to call it just a season, it's not, because if you play basketball, guess what? You're at camps if you're not playing during the season. Mm-hmm. The season's longer than you think, especially when you get into pros and shit. That's just long as hell. But I'm just saying, in baseball, all those, there's outlets for playing those year round.
Right.
Doesn't matter what climate you're in.
You can if you want to.
Yeah.
So if you're a one sport dude.
Yeah. So if you're telling us to just do jiu-jitsu, it's all year. But guess what? Any sport, if you're going to be that dedicated to it, can be year round.
Yeah.
So,
true.
But I get it. He's just he didn't grow up around that. Right. So I get that, and I still think jiu-jitsu is the best. So just do that.
Yeah. Well, jiu-jitsu is the best because it gives you a life skill that can save your life.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that's why
I've never saved myself with a good volley kick.
You never had to kick a ball off somebody's face to save some old lady from getting her purse stolen?
It's amazing. I mean, I saw it on a movie once. It was like Air Bud or something.
Oh,
and
nice. Shaolin Soccer. Oh my God. Have you ever seen Shaolin Soccer? Best movie ever. That actually made me like soccer.
It was fucking terrible.
It was the worst movie in the world. It was so the worst movie that I loved it.
It was good.
It was unintentional comedy. Okay, so it was a comedy that wasn't funny because for the reasons they wanted it to be funny. It was funny for all the wrong reasons.
It was terrible.
Which made it funny.
It was good.
Okay, I'm not sure if that made any sense, but you get it.
Don't care.
You get it.
Don't watch that movie unless you really want to be disappointed.
Just watch it. Get drunk first. D. To me, I think we may condition our children to only have to focus on an activity for a predetermined amount of time. I'll get through this. Hold on. And maybe that is our fault. I believe we should make jiu-jitsu a lifelong pursuit. An endless journey, so to speak. A lifestyle. We do that so they won't ever stray from the path, and we won't have to worry about the seasonal sport idea. It will simply be something that they just do. It'll be a part of who they are. Hold on. Let me get through.
I'm just going to say real quick. Okay. I don't disagree, though.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
He makes a really good point, and I agree completely with it, but I also see the America side of it.
America. E. Particularly, I feel the seasonal sport idea is moronic. Good for you. All the best athletes in any sport do it all year long. True. They find a way. So why do we teach our children to be an average jack of all trades? Because sometimes they just want to be having fun. So I know a kid, that goes to... He loves football, he loves baseball, and he loves wrestling. And to do all three, he's got to have seasons because he can't just do one and do the other. So that's why. And he's not
trying to be pro in any of them. He just wants to have fun doing them.
His brother only loves baseball. So guess what? That's all he does.
All year round.
And to Kip's point, he does travel teams. So he plays for high school when it's the season.
Yep.
And the rest of the year, that's all he does. He goes to practices and they go to meets and they do travels and that's a thing. So yeah, I guess what I was getting at was, because there's no season and there's no break, some kids might go, Jesus, I'm getting sick of this. I just need a break. So to his point before is, give him a break. Give him a week off. Give him 2 weeks off or whatever. Do something else fun. Give him a reward for it, and then get him back into it. So make it a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But, give them breaks when they need breaks, too. Just don't make it 6-month breaks because it's so easy not to come back.
Yeah, because once you're out, it's so easy to not come back. And then if like I said, a season especially for young kids is 5 to 6 weeks. Not that hard to, that's easy. Just bring them right back. Keep them involved a little bit. Like, good examples, Bree, my daughter's friend, signed up for softball before she found jiu-jitsu with us.
Oh, yeah.
And she got into that, and she's like, I don't want to go to this anymore. I just want to come to jiu-jitsu now. But her parents are doing the right thing and making her finish.
Yep.
What she signed up for, which is awesome. But guess what? As soon as she has an open day and that she doesn't have a softball practice and jiu-jitsu's on, she's there. And she's just clamoring at the bit to come back after, I think this week's her last week of actual softball games.
Gotcha.
So she'll be back every Monday and Wednesday.
Perfect.
So, but that's just, guess what? She tried something else.
Yeah.
Not what she liked. But because it was a season, she came right back.
Yep. But I just like the idea of just keep coming back to jiu-jitsu because I believe it's really important for children growing up in school, young ladies especially.
To be part of something.
Yep.
Is also a great thing. The family, it falls across your whole life. It just seeps into everything in your life.
Yeah, and don't let them take too much time off. You can reduce the amount of times they go. You can give them a small break. But just don't let them quit. And same thing, like if you get injured, keep going, not to roll and do all the dumb shit like you're probably going to do anyway, despite my best efforts to say don't. But show up to class, take notes, do what you can do, warm up with your team, be around the team, because the longer you go without going, the easier it is to just not go.
Not go
again.
at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same thing with kids. Same thing with injuries.
Yep.
Just keep showing up, people. Can't get worse. All right. Okay, so that was it for that. I think that was all very good points. I don't have anything to add to you.
No, neither do I.
All right. The last part, none did already happen because we made this a two-parter. Wasn't supposed to be.
Oops.
He goes on to say, Kip, your funeral is this Saturday. Don't worry, no one will shed tears for you. There may be a party, if anything. Talking about your test. All true. You did die. We threw a party. Unfortunately, somebody revived you. We didn't ask
and
them to.
I showed the fuck up.
You did great, buddy. Paul, you ought to quit and have Nicole read for you. Although I was impressed you could read abhorrent.
I still don't get that. Like, is he proud that you knew the word?
The fact that I can read it all.
Oh.
I think that's what he's getting at.
Oh.
Yeah. He wrote it like shit.
That's
so how am I supposed to read?
That's a fucking low bar right there.
He also wishes Claude good luck this weekend in his competition, which he
that
murdered.
Was pointless.
Yeah, he
won.
killed it. Also, good luck to Morgan and Jamal on your upcoming fights.
Yep. So we should mention those. So we have a fight coming up this weekend. Mm-hmm. So in
Saturday.
2 or 3 days, Saturday.
Yep.
So we need some people, if we can, out there. GrapplingGames.com. Check it out. Look up Morgan's name. You can buy a ticket, and it supports her.
Yep.
She needs a certain amount to make it worthwhile for her to go and make the whole trip.
Yeah. Kip and I can't go.
We're buying tickets.
I bought tickets today just to show support because she needs 10 tickets in order to get paid for the
fight, and she lives nowhere near there. So getting there, big deal.
Even if you can't go, I think it's $30.
Yeah, it's $30.
Just get on there and support an athlete that puts her heart into the sport. She puts her heart into it for the kids, for her teammates,
everybody.
She's a good
She was
person.
Like I said, she was right next to me the whole time. I wouldn't have made it through my test without her. So, or her husband Ben, for that matter, and Jesse. Want to thank him also. Just want to throw that out there, by the way. Those guys are awesome. They got me through it and got me ready. Larry, way to go, buddy.
Yeah,
big helper. But the other person that we want to talk about is Jamal. What's his last name? It's like 4 letters.
Yeah,
it's like Hill or something.
Hill.
He's fighting for something like a belt.
Yeah, some title or something.
KOP. Here in Grand Rapids.
KOP Promotions. So he'll Deltaplex.
Yep. So he'll be on. It's the 30th, right? Yes. Yes.
You know, if we were under the professional rather than amateur podcast,
we would know that.
All this shit,
but we would also have someone working with us to do so.
True enough.
So yes, it's the 30th. So the 30th at the Deltaplex here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Come check it out. Should be a great fight. He's one of the headliners on it, and well deserving. He's had the last few fights we've been to. Great fights. He dominated both of them. He's a great teammate and funny as hell.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He has to get on the show. We keep trying to get him on the show, but then we're both, I think, as a group, all 3 of us are horrible at planning things. So
we're not really an interview show. Like there's already interview shows.
We like to have people that come on as extra people. Yeah. We said, we talked about it 5 months ago that we're going to have people on as part of the show, not as an interview. Exactly. It's just not what we do. Now, if anybody famous wants to be on the show, I'll interview the shit out of you.
You have to show up to my house.
We're pretty good at
it. Bullshit.
No,
I will actually.
I will stop that shit. You keep forgetting. You have a lot of people listening to this shit, dumbass. Everyone punch Paul. You see Paul punch him
at Black Lion Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, come see him. Punch him. Yeah, it'll be great. We have gloves.
I'd rather get armbarred, to be honest.
Okay, armbar the shit out of him. It's fun. But, I think that's it.
I want to add one thing. We really appreciate the emails. And if the email is really funny, we'll read it on the show. If it's extraordinary, we'll just have Croyler go ahead and answer it for us.
Yeah, we did that.
Read that on
we
the
did
show.
that.
That worked out really good. That was a great email.
That was a great from Sarah down in Australia.
That
fucking island, as she called it.
That fucking island. So we really appreciate those emails. So we appreciate all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So keep them coming.
Even the light ones that we just answer, because we'll answer them directly. Yep. Or a message on Instagram. We've had a number of those. Facebook. We'll answer those if work on them. Make them fucking funny. If you got an asshole.
If you have a funny story, a horror story, and it's funny enough, send them up.
Even if it's not funny, if you have serious questions, because we actually do answer serious questions, or we can make Croyler do it, whatever. We love it, and we love the support from everybody. We do appreciate the hell out of it. Sooner or later, we'll make enough to make these shows even better.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, just send money.
#promise.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
I'm tired.
Yep. Like, share, review, blah blah.
But I'm tired.
All right, let's hit stop and hope it works this time.
Okay, hold on, everyone. This may or may not delete everything. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Bye.